From World War I pioneers to modern high-tech battle tanks, France built some of the most distinctive armored vehicles in history. This is the story of every French tank ever made. France was one of the first nations to recognize the potential of armored warfare. French tank design often emphasized crew protection, firepower, and innovative engineering. At times, this produced groundbreaking vehicles. At other times, it created complex machines that struggled to adapt to fast-moving wars. Across more than a century, French tanks reflected changing doctrine, hard lessons, and constant experimentation. World War I, the birth of the tank. Schneider CA1. The Schneider CA1 was France's first operational tank. Built to break trench lines, it featured heavy armor and a short-barreled gun. However, poor mobility and limited visibility reduced its effectiveness in combat. Saint-Chamond. Larger and more heavily armed than the Schneider, the Saint-Chamond carried a powerful cannon. Its long hull struggled in rough terrain, often becoming stuck in trenches. Despite flaws, it demonstrated early ambition in armored firepower. Renault FT. The Renault FT changed tank warfare forever. It introduced the fully rotating turret layout that became the global standard. Light, agile, and easy to produce, it served as the template for future tanks worldwide. Interwar French tanks. Renault NC. Developed from the Renault FT, the NC series attempted to improve speed and armor. While modestly successful, it highlighted France's effort to modernize early designs. Renault D1. The D1 was an early attempt at a heavier infantry support tank. Mechanical issues limited its effectiveness, but it represented a shift toward improved protection. Renault R35. Designed for infantry support, the R35 emphasized armor over speed. Its thick armor made it difficult to destroy, but its slow movement restricted flexibility. Hotchkiss H35/H39. The Hotchkiss tanks improved mobility while retaining solid armor. Later versions corrected early shortcomings, making them more combat-capable. FCM-36. Advanced for its time, the FCM-36 featured sloped armor and a diesel engine. Despite innovative design, limited production prevented widespread impact. Char D2. The Char D2 attempted to balance protection and mobility. High maintenance requirements and complexity limited its operational success. World War II. French armor in crisis. Char B1. One of the most heavily armored tanks of its era. The Char B1 combined hull-mounted and turret-mounted guns, giving it formidable firepower. However, its complexity and fuel consumption limited operational flexibility. Char B1 bis. An improved version with even thicker armor. It proved nearly immune to many German anti-tank weapons early in the war. Poor coordination and doctrine, not firepower, sealed its fate. Somua S35. Often considered France's best World War II tank. The S-35 offered excellent armor, speed, and firepower. Its potential was never fully realized due to command and communication limitations. AMR-33/AMR-35. Light reconnaissance tanks designed for speed. They performed scouting roles but lacked sufficient protection for prolonged combat. AMC-35. Built as a cavalry tank, the AMC-35 emphasized mobility and firepower. Mechanical unreliability prevented it from reaching full effectiveness. Post-war reconstruction. ARL-44. France's first post-war tank design. Heavily armored and influenced by German wartime technology, it bridged old and new eras. Its size and weight limited long-term usefulness. Cold War French tanks. AMX-13. One of the most famous French tanks ever built. The AMX-13 featured an oscillating turret and auto-loader, allowing a small crew and rapid fire. It became a major export success worldwide. AMX-30. France's primary main battle tank during the Cold War. Rather than maximum armor, it prioritized mobility and firepower. This reflected French doctrine favoring speed and maneuver. AMX-32. An export-focused evolution of the AMX-30. Improved protection and fire control systems modernized the design. AMX-40. A further refinement aimed at international markets. Despite upgrades, it struggled to compete with newer global designs. Modern French main battle tanks. Leclerc. France's most advanced tank and one of the most sophisticated in the world. Featuring modular armor, advanced sensors, and an autoloader, the Leclerc emphasized crew efficiency and digital warfare integration. It represents the peak of French tank engineering. Reconnaissance and light armored vehicles. AMX-10RC, a wheeled reconnaissance vehicle armed with a powerful gun. Designed for rapid deployment and mobility, it blurred the line between tank and armored car. ERC-90 Sagae, a light, fast reconnaissance vehicle used extensively by French forces. It provided fire support while maintaining high strategic mobility. Experimental and prototype designs. Batignolles Chatillon 25T, a prototype medium tank featuring an oscillating turret. Although never adopted, it influenced future designs. AMX-50, a heavy tank project inspired by wartime lessons. Featuring a powerful gun and oscillating turret, it was ultimately abandoned as doctrine shifted away from heavy tanks. Why French tanks were different. French tank design often emphasized innovation over convention. Oscillating turrets, autoloaders, and unique armor philosophies set French tanks apart. While not always successful, these ideas influenced armored vehicle development worldwide. France consistently chose quality, technology, and doctrine-driven design over mass production. From the Renault FT to the digital age Leclerc, French tanks followed a unique and often unconventional path. Some designs changed history. Others disappeared into obscurity. But together, they represent one of the most innovative armored lineages ever created. If you had to choose one French tank that best represents this legacy, which would it be and why?